Welcome to Spoken Reviews, home of the Spoken Reviews. Now, a lot of reviewers do videos on, making it to a destination in an EV, like a Cybertruck, but very few people talk about once you're there, and especially once you're there for, say, a couple days or a week, how is it surviving away from your home charging? So let's walk through our experience in Destin, Florida on our trip in the Cybertruck and see how it goes. All right, guys, now on day 2 in Destin, Florida, we went ahead and charged to 90% because we knew that we'd be driving around Destin for the next 6 days and we wanted to have a good battery life. Now, our condo did not have charging there, so we figured it was best to get to 90% and see how it went over the, 5 nights, 6 days there. So again, you can see we charged 90%, and I wasn't too worried because as soon as we hit 90%, I know it was going to take off. And mainly the driving was going to be up and down Destin to restaurants, to different locations, and really just enjoying. Also, Sentry mode can use anywhere from 5 to 7% a day. Here we're at the beach. Again, doesn't get better than this, and I just think that this captures the beauty, right? So a little bit overcast this day, but the truck is looking phenomenal. This truck gets so much attention. Even though it's been out for almost a year now, you get more attention in this than you do like in a Corvette or, a luxury vehicle. Everywhere you go, people are looking, people are pointing, people are pulling out their phones. So if you're not ready for that, caution. Now, for us, again, with our driving and the Sentry mode, what we saw on average was anywhere from 8 to 10% usage per day, right? So some days it was just trips to the grocery store or to Target or to Walmart to get stuff. Some days it was trips to restaurants and so on, plus Sentry mode. So that's what we were doing on average. Now, in some cases, if we had been, maybe, for example, going to the zoo, that was one thing that we're talking about, or going to an aquarium, you would definitely use more battery and you'd have to factor that in, right? Now, it's completely different versus when you're at home, right? Because when I'm at home, I'm charging every night or, once a week, right? I'm never having to worry about charging because I have the home charger versus now when I'm out and about, I'm completely dependent on, the superchargers and the grid system, right? So it's something that you have to factor in. It's not just about getting to your location. It's about, planning for the time that you have there. Also, on the way out, you have to think about that. Like, where do you want to start your battery charge on the way out? Now, for us, after 6 days on this charge, we left Destin at 50%. And that was enough to get us to our first location, which worked out perfectly. And guys, this is probably our 11th year in a row, either going to Destin or Panama City at least 1 to 2 times a year. This really is a treasure in our country. Just the beaches are phenomenal. It really feels like you have left the U.S. and have gone to a Caribbean island. So people are friendly, food is good, weather is awesome, the sun is feeling fantastic. Here's us just going for a walk. Again, every morning starting off with a nice little, 1.5 to 2 mile walk. Starting the day off, right? Like sleeping in, getting the walks. And all these times, I'm not really using the truck as much, but the truck is still there, always in Sentry mode, just for the protection. As you can see, just cruising around the city. A lot of looks, but just the overall scenery, right? This truck is made for cruising, right? It gets a lot of attention. The ride is phenomenal. And it's a good talking point. Some people, one of the younger guys that was in a building next to mine was like, "Hey, I love your truck. I don't care what anyone says." Right? So it's one of those things that it's still controversial. A lot of people are stuck in the mindset of the traditional truck and the truck should be this. Hey, but life is short. Life's meant to have fun. So, have fun, right? Again, I will say that there is a level of inconvenience having to do this, but to me, it's not a deal breaker. And for us, I'd say 50 weeks out of 52 weeks a year, we're at home, tethered to our main, charging system. So if it's two weeks a year, 14 days, or even if it's 20 days a year that we have to rely on the superchargers, it's not bad at all, right? But again, guys, the whole point of this video is to get everyone starting to think about, hey, I want to move to EVs. I want to have EVs. I want to have this as part of my regular life. How do I blend this together, right? How do I mix my travel, not just getting there, because getting there again is only half the battle, but when I'm there, right? So keep this in mind. Some tips that I would always say is, hey, once you get there, if you have energy, go ahead and charge up while you're there, or charge up the next morning. That way you can just kind of rest and not worry about it. And then on the way out, go ahead and use the Tesla app to do the math for your first location, just to make sure that on the way out, you're not having to stop and charge. So especially if you want to start out early, just have the battery already charged. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this quick video. Hopefully this added some perspective and some different thoughts for people that are out there. I appreciate the thoughts. Please leave some comments below. What do you guys do whenever you travel in your EV and you get there? How do you maintain? Do you specifically go for a location that has a charger at the hotel or at the condo? Or do you just rely on the superchargers while you're there? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.